Hello, hello. Oh. Hello, hello, hello. So I'm revisiting feminine Argonian textures and feminine Khajiit textures only because I showed you these textures on the vanilla body, and while I thought really the textures looked okay, even though the vanilla body is kind of broken, I really wasn't worried about that. The textures looked good. I also showed you the textures on the CBBE body, and I actually thought that looked okay, though there was that minor, thing around the hips that I don't think you would see very often. Nonetheless, I thought the textures overall were good, but I failed to show you the textures on the UNP body, which they were made for, and you'll notice the modder has now updated the picture to say UNP. And that's just because of me. I appreciate it. Honestly, they dropped by, they left a comment, and they said, yeah, this was made for the UNP body, which I had actually read that, and then my mind had immediately discarded that. That's not their fault. That was just me that day. Nonetheless, so these are the feminine Khajiit textures by Monster Raider. This here is about 27 megabytes. Now, this is ported by Adam J. Esquivel, and that's the modder that dropped by and said that, hey, that was supposed to be for UNP bodies, not the vanilla body, which is fine. I appreciate that feedback because that's true, and just because I had a mental aberration doesn't mean I don't want to hear about it. That's good. So I'm doing a quick video to show these two textures. The other one is the Argonian Textures, and it's about 28 megabytes. Both of these are really for the UNP body, so I want to show it with the UNP body so that you will see it, at its best state. Let me put it that way. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. I really went to the real UNP body. The one with the white underwear. It's just normal UNP body. I didn't do 7 base. I didn't do the UNPB. None of the other UNP based bodies. I decided to go with this is not the default body because that's the vanilla body, but this is the UNP body, just UNP without a lot of extras, okay? Now I am going to be using on the regular humans, we're going to use this skin, but you're not going to really see that in this show. We're going to use these textures. I put them down below all the other textures so we would see these textures. I just wanted you to know how I have this in case that is helpful to you. I have the body up above the textures. This is pretty much what I always do. It's nothing unusual. And you'll see these other bodies aren't active because for our shows, I swap around to different bodies a lot, and I just messed up that day, and I did not use this body like I should have. Anyway, so let's hop into the game. We're going to look at the Khajiit textures, and we're going to look at the Argonian textures. So I'm just going to change somebody from being a human. I'll probably use Faith and just change her over, okay? See you in the game in a moment. Alright, so we're here in the cheat room, and this is our kitty. Okay, this is Kitty. I just named her Kitty, and you'll see she's wearing the UNP underwear that goes with that body, but you'll notice the texture probably looks the best with this body. I'm gonna just show you real quick when we mess with the weight slider and things, you don't see any weirdness around on her. The textures look correct as near as I can tell. Mind you, I'm probably not as good at this as the modder. Let's go ahead and look through the presets here just so you can get an idea of how they all look. And these are just the presets I have currently in my game using a few mods that I'm using that you may not be using, but some of these presets are just the normal presets too. So anyway, so that's the gray kitty, and that's how she looks. Let's see, and I think they have her weight set about here, but you can increase it and you can see that the texture covers everything properly. you know, there's no broken body, nothing like that going on here. Let me hop out again, and you can just overall see the body and see how the texture looks. And the smooth belly is more of a, I would say it's more of a human belly, I'm going to say that. And then the rest of her is covered with fur. And I don't know, I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks the way it's supposed to look. I know what I had done previously, when I had done it on vanilla body, I still thought it looked really good. But this is more the intended look, okay, using just a UNP body. Now, you could use UNPB or the 7 base, but I decided to just go with this one here, and I think that's fine. And it does show the texture very well. Now, I want to switch over and do the Argonian and show you that texture as well. Hold on, I'll just show you. I mean, she can wear clothes, right? I'm just showing you this for the sake of the mod. But she can wear clothes, whatever clothes you want. I mean, you know, you can do whatever you want, though. You're not going to see her belly and stuff if you're wearing that. Do I have other clothes? I don't even know if I have other clothes for this girl. So, well, we do have the old Kellen armor, which I was playing around with. I still need to do a show on this. That looks pretty cool, but it covers up all the texture that our modder has ported for us. So I think you're a little better off to go with this look here. But that's just me. That's just what I think. You know, you do what you want to do. Enjoy your game. Play it the way you want to. Alright. So, that's how she ends up looking here. We're going to switch over to the lizard, and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, so we're back here, and this is our lizard, our Argonian. And you can see the texture on her. Now, I'm going to change, I think I'm going to change her appearance. But this is one Argonian appearance. You'll notice I don't have tails on my people because I usually remove the tails. And for the other show, I purposefully did not remove the tails. So, I will come back and show you that in a minute. Just to show you if there's really no big difference to it. I'm going to go and change the preset here. What preset do I like? Do I like any of the Argonian presets? I tend to prefer the green. I don't know. Anyway, you get the idea. This is the texture that you're going to see. And I think it looks good. Again, it looks much better on here. Just because you don't have any of those little minor aberrations. But I thought it looked good on both the other bodies as well. It is usable as long as you're willing to accept a few imperfections. With this, I don't see any problem. If you're using the UNP body, I don't see any problem. The imperfections come from the vanilla body, or if you're using CBBE, the texture wasn't really made for that. So there's a little oddness around the hip, okay? Most of the times you're not going to see that. It depends on the outfit you're using. If you're doing skimpy lizards and skimpy kitties, then yeah, maybe you'll see that. Otherwise, you probably won't even notice it. Anyway, I think this texture is good. It gives you that smooth belly. I think that was part of what they were looking for. And it looks like they did a good job. So definitely no complaints here. Now I'm going to hop out and I'm going to come back and show you this with the tails, since I kind of messed up and forgot to leave their tails on. Okay? Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so here is Kitty complete with the tail. Okay? I really don't care much for the tails, but there you go. This is Kitty complete with the tail. The texture and everything, again, looks very good. That looks like I guess a normal fluffy tail for the Khajiits. Okay? So just wanted to show you this. I turned off my no-tail mod. So, alright. So let me load up the Argonian and I will show you that as well. Okay? Be right back. Alright, so we're back on the Argonian. I just called her Liz for lizard. Anyway, that is her tail. That's the way that will look. So I really think the tails are kind of odd and unnecessary, but it's just up to you. You know, you should always do what you want to do. Doesn't matter. My weird little preferences don't matter. But this is how she'll look. Now this is the green, and I think I showed you some of the other variations on the presets quickly. Nonetheless, everything looks really nice. So I'm going to pop back out and show you the two mods again, and I'm going to consider this done. I just wanted to redo this part to show you the two females correctly. Alright, so this has been the feminine Argonian Textures and the feminine Khajiit Textures. Now both of these are by Monster Raider and then ported by Adam J. Esquivel, okay? Hopefully I'm saying that name okay and not slaughtering it. Nonetheless, these are the two mods. One is about 28 megabytes, one's about 27 megabytes. Both really intended for the UNP bodies, and they looked really good, as you saw here. I really thought, even in my original video, which was basically incorrect for the females, I really thought it looked okay on the vanilla body, and we purposefully tested with the CBBE body. That was a test that we did on purpose. And I thought it looked okay with that too. So it just depends on what you like. Now I was using, for the purposes of this show, this UNP body. It should probably work with these two just as well. Maybe even with this one. All of these are UNP based, but I went with the basic UNP. So if you do see issues using these with some larger features, then you may want to use this body instead. All right, but I thought it looked really good, and just have your textures down below so that you'll know that you're getting these textures. Okay, all right, so thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. So I want to acknowledge these people who donate to the channel, who support the channel. They put their money where their mouth is, and I really do appreciate that. So thank you to these folks. And thank you to everyone for watching and supporting the channel.
This has been an OwwThatSmarts production.